Hi, this is Greg from OnlineLanguageAcademy.com, and in this video I'm going to help you pronounce these two numbers correctly. Finally. Are you ready? Yeah, now this is a very common mistake, and when my students say a number like 13 or 40 or 60 or 16, I always have to ask for them to repeat because it's not clear. They never say those numbers clearly. So there's a very simple way to know the correct pronunciation. So I'm going to tell you in this video. If you want to get all my common mistakes and the 16 steps to fix your broken English, just click up there. You'll get my free ebook called English Quick Fix. And hey, it's the quickest way to take your English to the next level. So, free download. Okay, let's have a look then. So first of all, you really need to understand the importance of stress in English on the words. The meaning of a word can totally change depending on where you put the stress. There's only one stress on each word, but it depends where you put it. Which syllable do you put the stress? And that's one of the biggest problems that foreign speakers have in English, and it's one of the biggest causes of miscommunication between people. So it's so important that when you learn the pronunciation, you focus on where the stressed syllable is. I went for a coffee with a Spanish friend in Chicago recently, and he asked the waitress 4 times for a decaffeinated coffee. He said, a decaf, please. And she said, what? He said, a decaf. A decaf, a decaf. And in the end, the waitress looked at me and I said, he means a decaf. And she was like, okay, got it, understand, perfect. He stressed the calf. He didn't stress the D. And because of that, he didn't get what he wanted. That's just one example. Now, with numbers, it's the same thing. If you want to order 13 chairs and you order 30 by mistake, you have a problem. And if you're working in a company, this could lead to a big problem. And you could lose your job. Yeah, have a look at the correct stress on each of these words. So, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. Right, the word obviously ends in the letter N, and we pronounce the letter N. So it ends in the sound N, but we also put the stress on the last syllable. 13, 14, 15. So there are 2 important things you need to do. Pronounce the N always and put the stress on the last syllable. But the most important thing to do, is to put the stress on the last syllable. Now, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. With these numbers, well, first, there's no N at the end, so the words end with T, T, but the most important thing is to put the stress on the first syllable. 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So the stress is so important, so important. I cannot stress it enough that you need to get the right stress. It goes on the end with 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And it goes at the beginning with 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Okay, subscribe if you have liked this video and give me a thumbs up too, please. And remember, if you want to get my book to take your English to the next level, it's just up there, or the link is in the description. So I look forward to teaching you more English very soon. Bye for now.